We've already been nation and humanitarian relief in line with international law. Third, we emphasize that the NPT remains central to global security. We urge Iran to continue full cooperation with the IAEA and resolve outstanding safeguard issues. We equally urge restraint by all states to protect the integrity of the NPT. Fourth and lastly, we support full IAEA verification, transparent use of the procurement channel, and provisional application of the additional protocol as confidence-building measures essential to regional stability. In closing, Madam President, we must recall that immense power brings immense responsibility. States, including those entrusted with great power by the UN Charter, have a duty to act in ways that uphold peace, security, and a rules-based order. Setting aside the Charter's principle risk weakening the safeguards that protect us all. This difficult moment, Sierra Leone appeals for de-escalation, restraint, and the pursuit of diplomacy. Let us remember that behind geopolitical decisions are the lives of ordinary people, men, women, and children, who look to this Council to safeguard their peace, security, and dignity. We hope that our actions will honor that trust and the promise of San Francisco. I thank you.
The representative of Sierra Leone for his statement, and I give the floor now to the representative of the United Kingdom.
Thank you, President, and thank you for convening this meeting. I'd like to start by thanking the Secretary-General, ASG Yanka, and DG Grossi for briefing us today. This is a pivotal moment for the region. A further spiral of conflict poses serious risks to regional and international peace and stability. Our foremost priority must now be to support de-escalation. We have long made clear that Iran must not have a nuclear weapon, and that their nuclear program represents a serious threat to international peace and security. The United States took action last night to alleviate that threat. The United Kingdom did not participate in US or Israeli strikes. But military action alone cannot bring a durable solution to concerns about Iran's nuclear program. My Prime Minister has been clear. We urge Iran now to show restraint, and we urge all parties to return to the negotiating table and find a diplomatic solution which stops further escalation and brings this crisis to an end. It is in the interests of all parties to pursue such a deal. This was the joint call made by my Prime Minister with his French and German counterparts earlier today. Together with our E3 partners, the UK has long pursued a diplomatic solution to address Iran's nuclear escalation. On Friday, alongside E3 and EU colleagues, my Foreign Secretary met Iranian Foreign Minister Araghchi in Geneva to press directly for a return to diplomacy. My Foreign Minister spoke to Foreign Minister Araghchi again today and stressed the urgency of this, and we continue to engage partners across the region. President, the UK reiterates its full support for the IAEA and Director General Grossi for their critical work, professionalism and impartiality. The IAEA and the Non-Proliferation Treaty are key pillars of international security. Threats against IAEA staff and the DG are unacceptable. We urge Iran to cooperate fully with the IAEA. Failure to do so will only further fuel escalation. President, now is the time for de-escalation and a return to diplomacy. It is essential Iran chooses this path. I thank you.
I thank the representative of the United Kingdom for her statement, and I now give the floor to the representative of France.
Merci, Madame la Présidente.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, I first of all wish to thank the Secretary General of the United Nations for his statement 2 days following the statement he made when he warned us about just how grave the situation was. I wish to also thank the Assistant Secretary General, Mr. Miroslav Zięcia, and I thank the Director General for the International Atomic Energy Agency, Mr. Rafael Grossi. I thank them all for their briefings that bear witness to the extremely grave nature of the situation. Madam President, it is with concern that France learned of the strikes conducted by the United States against 3 nuclear sites in Iran. France did not participate neither in the planning nor conduct of these operations. We urge all parties to demonstrate the utmost restraint and to prevent any and all risks of escalation. Now is the time for strikes to cease, for de-escalation and for negotiation. Civilian populations must be utmost restraint and to prevent any and all risks of escalation. Now is the time for strikes to cease, for de-escalation and for negotiation. Civilian populations must be spared at a time when strikes exchanged between Iran and Israel have produced too many civilian victims. We particularly call upon Iran to refrain from all reprisals, to cease its nuclear escalation and to opt for diplomacy, as we encourage them to do on last Friday in Geneva. That was also the message conveyed by the President of the Republic, Emmanuel Macron, to his Iranian counterpart during a talk today. It is of imperative importance to guarantee